In a magical land where the sky was painted with vibrant hues of lavender and rose, there lived a small, curious fox named Felix. His fur was a brilliant shade of russet, with a bushy tail that swayed behind him like a flag as he bounded through the meadows. One sunny morning, while chasing a butterfly that shimmered like a jewel in the sunlight, Felix found himself wandering farther from home than he ever had before. The meadows turned into a rolling landscape of green hills, and soon the hills rose steeply into majestic mountains. As Felix ascended the mountain, he marveled at the breathtaking views of valleys below. However, the further he climbed, the more he realized he was lost. A wave of anxiety washed over him as he stood at the mountain's peak. But before he could dwell on it, a low, rumbling sound broke the tranquility. Felix's ears perked up, and his heart raced as he turned to see a large, gentle bear emerging from the trees. The bear was a magnificent creature with rich, dark fur and kind, twinkling eyes that sparkled with wisdom. He introduced himself as Bruno. "Hello there, little one. You seem far from home," he said in a deep, melodic voice that resonated through the air. Felix's heart swelled with relief. "I was chasing a butterfly and lost my way," he confessed, looking up at Bruno. "I don't know how to get back." "Fear not. I will help you find your way," Bruno offered, and with that, a spark of friendship ignited between the two. They decided to journey together, creating a bond that was as warm as the sun shining down on them. As they traveled down the mountain, the duo encountered their first challenge. A narrow, rocky path lay ahead, winding precariously along the edge of a steep cliff. Felix felt a shiver of fear, but Bruno stood tall and reassured him. "Together, we can do this. Just follow my lead." With Bruno's encouragement, Felix found his courage. He carefully trotted beside Bruno, who cleared the way of loose stones and offered his strong paws for support. They reached the end of the path, and as they stepped onto solid ground, they celebrated their victory with joyous laughter. "See, we make a great team," Bruno exclaimed, and Felix nodded, feeling a warmth in his heart. The mountains were behind them, but their adventure had just begun. As they entered a lush, vibrant forest, the sunbeams danced through the canopy, illuminating a world alive with magic. Trees towered above them, their trunks thick and strong, while the air was filled with the sweet fragrance of wildflowers. However, a bubbling brook flowed swiftly ahead, and it was too wide to jump across. Felix gazed nervously at the rushing water. "I don't know how well cross this," he said, feeling a flicker of doubt. Bruno pondered for a moment and then had a brilliant idea. "Let's build a bridge with these fallen branches." Working together, they gathered sticks and logs, weaving them into a sturdy makeshift bridge. With Felix's nimble paws and Bruno's strength, they created a path across the stream. As they crossed, Felix felt a surge of pride. "We did it," he exclaimed, dancing across the bridge in celebration. After traversing the forest, the duo arrived at a serene, shimmering stream where sunlight kissed the water, creating sparkles like diamonds on its surface. It was here that they encountered their next challenge, a family of ducks who were distressed because their little duckling had wandered too far and was unable to return. Bruno, being the wise bear he was, suggested they help. Felix's heart raced at the thought of helping others. Together, they followed the little duckling's soft quacks through the tall grass. With each step, they called out gently, "Little one, we're here to help you." Finally, they found the frightened duckling hiding behind a large rock. "Don't worry, little friend. We'll guide you back," Felix said softly. With Bruno's large, comforting presence and Felix's playful encouragement, they coaxed the duckling out and led him back to his family. The mother duck quacked with joy as she gathered her little ones, thanking Felix and Bruno for their kindness. As the sun began to set, painting the sky with hues of orange and pink, Felix and Bruno settled on the bank of the stream. They shared stories of their lives, their hopes, and dreams. "I never knew I could find such a dear friend in an unexpected place," Felix said, gazing at the starry sky above. Bruno nodded in agreement, "And I never knew a small fox could have such a brave heart." Their bond, forged through challenges and triumphs, glowed brighter than any star in the sky. As the days turned into weeks, Felix and Bruno explored enchanted valleys, climbed sun-kissed hills, and ventured into shimmering caves, facing every challenge together. They encountered playful squirrels who challenged them to races, colorful birds that serenaded them with sweet melodies, and wise old owls who shared ancient stories. Each adventure deepened their friendship, reminding them that true companionship makes every challenge an opportunity for joy and laughter. With each passing day, Felix learned to embrace his bravery, and Bruno discovered the beauty of seeing the world through the curious eyes of a fox. Eventually, Felix realized he was no longer lost. The meadow he called home was just a journey away. Standing at the edge of the forest, Felix looked up at Bruno with a mixture of happiness and sadness. "I need to return home, but I don't want our adventures to end," he said, his voice a whisper. Bruno smiled warmly. "Friendship knows no bounds, Felix. You will always have a home in my heart, and we can create many more adventures together, even if we're apart." With a promise to meet again, Felix and Bruno embraced, their hearts brimming with joy and love. As Felix trotted away towards the familiar meadows, he turned back to see Bruno waving goodbye. The bond they forged would forever light their paths, and their stories would echo through the mountains, forests, and streams, celebrating the magic of friendship and the beauty of life's adventures. And so, Felix the fox and Bruno the bear became legends in their enchanted land, teaching all creatures that every challenge is simply a new opportunity for friendship and adventure. Their joyful tales would be shared for generations, spreading love and happiness across the vibrant landscapes they called home.